Welcome everyone, I'm Dr. Rivera, and today we're going to break down something that can make a big difference in how we feel every single day. Today we're diving deep into the concept of inflammaging, okay? Inflammaging. This is the low-grade chronic inflammation speeding up the aging process at a cellular level. More important, what can we do to slow it down? Now, how does this aging manifest? Again, inflammation and aging, right? So, well, we usually feel older than we should. We get premature expression, lines, wrinkles, aching joints, morning stiffness, neck, lower back pain, generalized widespread pain, or lack of focus and energy. Having these symptoms could be our body's internal inflammation aging us prematurely. But the real damage, guys, the real damage happens in our organs, arteries, cells, and even our DNA. So let's start by understanding what inflammation is. For example, we're all familiar with what acute inflammation is, right? It's, when we sprain our ankle, it gets swollen, when we get a sore throat, when we sprain our shoulder, when we sprain our back, just lifting something heavy or at work or playing, right? But chronic inflammation, it's different. It is a silent, low-level attack happening within our body constantly. This persistent smoldering inflammation can break down your cells and tissues, accelerating what we call inflammaging, the process that speeds up the aging of our skin, joints, organs, and even our brain. So, how do we combat this silent enemy? Here's good news, guys. With the right lifestyle changes and a structured program, we can reduce inflammation, protect ourselves, and slow down this accelerated aging process. So first, we optimize the diet. We cut out processed foods, sugary snacks, and all those inflammatory seeds oils. We focus on dense anti-inflammatory foods like leafy greens, produce, berries, omega-3 rich like fish. We use olive oil. Now, after that, we start to manage our stress. We have a video on meditation and cortisol levels. Why? Because we need to understand that stress triggers inflammation. So we need to incorporate these mindful practices in our life, even yoga, regular exercise, to start fighting this chronic inflammation that builds up. Now, the next thing that we do is sleep. Sleeping is healing. It reduces inflammation. So we actually decrease the inflammation in our body while we sleep. That's why we need 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. Those who fast, that fast constantly or regularly, can get away with 6 hours of sleep. But for some reason, and I agree with Dave Asprey because I do intermittent fasting, us that do intermittent fasting, we feel very rested with 6 hours of sleep. Something very weird. When I have a late dinner, I have more difficulty waking up early in the morning for my grinding. Now, exactly, let's go back to our video. Exactly, inflammation builds up in our bodies for multiple reasons. Some of them, right, guys, some of them are out of our control, okay? Because, there's environmental factors, the things that happen in our house. There's radiation emitted from our phones or just from traveling. So there's a lot of things that happen that we have zero control. So saying that, lifestyle changes are just the beginning. That's why we must be taken by the hand of an expert to live a life that fights inflammation effectively. And why is that? Well, when chronic inflammation sets in, the thousands of power plants that live in every single cell in our body, they go into a state that promotes that same chronic inflammation. So what that does is makes it impossible for the body to overcome this state. What is the end result? Well, guys, and I want to show you something because this is something very important, right? And I have it here on the screen, and it's this table. This is a chapter I was writing on fighting inflammation, and what you have here is basically all the diseases that are associated with chronic inflammation. Check this out. In the brain and spinal cord, I wish I could ball this out, but it's not allowing me. But anyway, let's continue. It is associated with Alzheimer's, multiple sclerosis, inflammation of the thyroid, allergies, asthma, even lung cancer, or weird, right? Now, chronic hepatitis is associated with it. So it's an inflammation of the liver, inflammation of the kidneys, even chronic liver disease and renal failure. Skin lesions like eczema, psoriasis, acne are also manifestations of this inflammation. Autoimmune disorders like lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, also uveitis. It's another autoimmune condition associated with this. Psoriasis, that it's associated. Psoriatic arthritis is also another manifestation of chronic inflammation. In the eye, we have the degeneration of the retina. In the heart, we get cardiovascular disease and also atherosclerosis, which is a hardening of the arteries. And then, we're about to wrap it up here, guys. Diabetes associated with chronic inflammation, inflammation of our intestines, and, it can go from inflammatory bowel diseases like Crohn's, ulcerative colitis. You can also have inflammation that comes from celiac disease, from gluten-associated gastrointestinal inflammation, or some other foods also. An imbalance in the gut bacteria also will promote this inflammation. And lastly, it's arthritis. Almost all forms of arthritis and pain that I treat in practice are associated with chronic inflammation. I have the experience of, once I control the chronic inflammation, I have people that were pending knee replacements that have been able to postpone it many years. I have people that have been in opioids for a long time, and once we combat inflammation, they're able not only to manage their pain or keep it at a low level. When they get an exacerbation and they get a treatment, it works. Have you ever had people say, oh, I got these injections in my back and they didn't do nothing, or they lasted 2 weeks, or they lasted a few days and the pain came back? Well, why is that? Because the inflammation lives inside of us, and it's being fed up every day with what the things that we mentioned earlier, lifestyle, and all the environmental reasons, all the pesticides and preservatives and dyes that are added to our food, all these substances that are given to the animals that do not need to be reported. So all those things will contribute to that inflammation again, and it is out of our control. All right, guys. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel. Please hit a like on your video. You can leave a comment below. Guys, stay healthy. Much love, and we'll talk again soon.